these websites where they have like fact articles and stuff on them are the cesspools of the internet. It's all clickbait. The topics are stupid anyways.
And a lot of people believe that stuff.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
And it just, you can tell, you don't even have to be internet savvy. Like, we're fucking dorks on the computer all the time and like video games and stuff, but we're sexy and amazing because of it.
Yes.
Please help us, we want to kill ourselves. But you can just tell if you have a functioning frontal lobe that these aren't true. Like, by looking at the picture and the words below it. Like, there's one of an unused condom with a paper clip bent around it that says, "Men, no need for Viagra if you do this once daily." Like, what the fuck is that a picture of? And the title of the article is such a lead-in, like such a, wow, there's something might be interesting in there, that you know that you're going to click on it and not be satisfied. That you will learn nothing. Isn't that true?
Yep.
Like this.
Accurate.
Like this one. It's like, there's like a rumor in Hollywood that, what's his name is gay, isn't it? John Travolta. Like, hasn't that been a rumor for a while, I've heard?
I think so, yeah.
And
or
then,
at least bisexual or something.
Yeah. So the picture is of Don McVolta, John Travolta's cousin. No, the picture is of John Travolta just smiling, and it says 17 actors who are gay. Number 13 will shock women. Nowhere in there does it say John Travolta is gay, but they expect you to see the picture and say, "Oh, I knew it, he was gay. They're going to confirm it in here." And I bet he's not even in the fucking article.
It's clickbait.
So, what kind of intro should we do? Should we say...
Just a casual intro. Be like, "Hello, everyone. This is yours truly and truly yours on our first ever gaming podcast, Sasscast. And we're just going to be talking about some cool, controversial, hip topics, topics that elicit emotions ranging from suicidal thoughts to outright anger. So you've got some good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff indeed. And here we go.
That was an excellent intro. I have suicidal thoughts all the time whenever I look in the mirror, and it's actually very sad.
Yes, well, such is life today in these troubling and trying times.
How are you doing tonight, Michael? On this lovely Wednesday evening?
I'm doing just fine. Finished school. I'm now just chilling out over the summer.
Oh, so now you've graduated and you're a scientist now.
Yes. Well, I haven't graduated, but I'm close to.
Oh, but you're basically a scientist.
Yes, I'm 100% almost a scientist.
Oh, that's excellent. Is mine the yellow or the green? Okay, so we're playing... Oh, I'm yellow, apparently. Just like in real life.
I do know that Elder Scrolls, the next Elder Scrolls, has recently been confirmed as being in production.
Oh, that's excellent.
I don't know about any one of our listeners or anyone like that, but I myself am a fan of Elder Scrolls, a pretty big one, and I know you are as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. Ever since back in the Oblivion days. Those were
yes,
the
Oblivion
days.
was a great game. Oblivion just had... It was a real pioneer of its time, I think.
It was. I mean, you can look back on it and its flaws, really, and focus on that, but I feel like that's kind of easy. I feel like that's sort of...
With any game, yeah.
Yeah, with any game you can do that. It's not... it's easy to just criticize and be like, "Oh, look at all this shit that they did, and there are only 2 voice actors." It's like, well, they were trying something new, which is commendable. And
for the most part, I believe.
And they were kind of like, they're ironing out their new ideas, so I mean, there are some
Yeah,
things that
because
didn't
what
work.
did they
Some
have
things that
before
did.
that? Morrowind, and then everyone, a bunch of people loved
Morrowind. Morrowind, I remember going back to it after Oblivion and Skyrim was just I couldn't do it because it was too, and even it wasn't even really the graphics. Because I mean, we played games in like the original Xbox days, so we were okay
Oh
with
yeah,
old graphics. But it was like it wasn't until after playing Skyrim that I went back to Morrowind, and it was just it was like I'm okay with reading, but it was just so much text. Everyone had they like vomited a whole novel at you, and there was no voice acting. So it was like every time you talk to someone, it'd be like, "Hello, I see that you are a wood elf. You know, wood elves hail from Valenwood, and Valenwood is quite temperate to this time of year. In fact, I think that the average temperature is this." And it's like, "Well, shut the fuck up." And you had to like sift through everything to find the useful information. And it was
it
just,
is
ugh.
quite annoying. One thing I do that's pretty immersion breaking and that I really don't enjoy is the recycled texts or the recycled voice actors. Like
Yeah.
I notice in Fallout. Wait, is it Fallout? I'm trying to remember.
Which one are you talking about? Like 3 or 4?
No, in Skyrim. I noticed in Skyrim
Oh yeah.
the voice actors are very recycled. There can be the same voice actor for 5 different people.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's like they. I'm glad that they made a much better effort to like not have it be like Oblivion, where it was you would find there were so few voice actors that like in any given area, it was like a 1 in 2 chance to find someone talking to himself or herself. And it was kind of like okay, or someone be like, "Good day, how are you? I'm doing well. How about you? I'm fine." It's like, okay, that kind of just smashes the
It's
immersion. You can't really ignore that.
right.
But yeah, I'm glad that in Skyrim they seem to do more. They made more of an effort to make it more varied. That it felt like I kind of didn't notice it all that much. And even if there were, it seemed like they intentionally sort of put them a bit further apart, so you wouldn't find someone talking to himself a lot of
Yeah.
the time.
In Skyrim, at least, you know what it was? I think in Skyrim, it's mostly Nords.
Yeah,
So the way that they talk, they have a certain accent, you know, like Nordish people in real life. So it's kind of easy to basically alter your tone and then have it be believable as a whole other person. Whereas in Oblivion, there were so many races and so few.
they were all just American accents. You're right.
Yeah,
They're just
like you
like,
could
"Hello."
tell the voice actor of each. Like you could tell one would have a slightly more accented versus the other, whereas and it just ruined it. Whereas in Skyrim, it's hard to notice because they're practically all like 90% of the characters in that game are of one background, one ethnicity, I guess,
Yeah,
one race.
yeah, and they all kind of had like weird Norse accents. So you're right.
Yeah, so they're all like Norsemen.
But
Uh,
which one was your favorite though out of those two? I'm curious.
Out of those two,
Out of
from just
Oblivion,
pure
Skyrim.
enjoyment, time of play, you know, just everything together, I'd have to say Oblivion.
Oh really? Oh
I think
really?
Oblivion was the better game for me personally.
Just because of the place
Skyrim's
that it
great.
holds in
Don't
your
get me
heart.
wrong. So I love Skyrim, but Oblivion will forever be like my introduction into Elder Scrolls, and the time I had with it was just because I never played a game like it. Like that first got me into RPGs. Um, you know, mystical medieval RPG, that type of thing, and I didn't realize how amazing that was. And that actually, I played Oblivion way before I played Fallout 3. Funny enough,
Oh
I
really?
just found Fallout 3 in my stepdad's gaming games. Not, I was going to say gaming collection, but just games. And
Mm-hmm.
I decided to play it. I'm like, oh, I haven't played this before, and he doesn't play it anymore, so I'll just play it. And then I played it and fell in love with that too. I'm like, wow, this is great. It's like Oblivion, but in the future when everything got nuked. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
and
forgot about that when it first starting up Oblivion. I remember I do it's hard for me to choose because I remember the first time I started up Skyrim was similar 2, the first time I started up Oblivion, where it was like you go out of the prison and then there's like that lake. I remember just because that was the first like 360 gen game that we played pretty much. I think it was for you too, right?
Mhm.
So it was like it's the
Wait,
first one I
yes?
remember playing.
No, it was not. I believe that I played Battle for Middle-earth 2 first. Because remember, at the Domicilio, that's when I first started playing Oblivion with you.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh god,
first
that
time playing
apartment.
Oblivion in general.
Speaking
Yeah.
of sassafrasm, that's where what was her name? Miss Sassafras comes from.
Yeah, Miss Lassafrasum.
Oh dear,
Sassafras or whatever.
that was a time. But yeah, I remember that where we did indeed uh, play that.
Yeah. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, so Oblivion, I played that after I was already introduced into Lord of
Lord
the
of the
Marines,
Marines.
Battle for Middle Earth 2. That's the like real first 360 game that I played a lot.
Actually, yeah, you know what? I remember the first one I played was. Did you ever play that dumb game Cameo that like came with the Xbox? I think that was the first one I played. That one was very shit.
What game?
I was just saying, I remember that stupid game Cameo. It's like you played as some elf chick who could shapeshift into different like elementals, and it was just really. I remember liking it because it was colorful, and I was young, and I was like, yeah, colors. But
Right.
I remember it was just kind of. I don't really remember much about it.
Oh, I didn't
Actually, I do
realize.
remember the ending was really shit. Like it was the most. It was the first time as a kid that I played an ending in a video game where I was like, "What the fuck was that? Are you kidding me?" It was one of those
Right.
games that they play up like the big boss. Like you're supposed to be like you're preserving the elements of the forest or whatever the fuck, and then
Right.
there's the enemy guy who wants to destroy all the elements or some BS like that. And then he's like this bad guy who has the power of lava or something. And as like a 10-year-old or whatever the hell I was playing that game, you go into the last boss battle, and then it took I think 30 seconds to kill him. Like I remember to this day, it was just like you morph into some fire guy and shoot fire at him, and then he just dies. And he's like, "Oh!" And then I was
Wow.
like, "Wow, I'll forever be disappointed by video games." That was when I lost my innocence. I was like, you know what? Video games can suck, I guess. And it's all the
It all
world is
happens.
a
It
lie.
happens. It happens to all of us, right?
Yeah, the world is a lie, and I just want to cut myself. And that's when it started. So yeah,
Your horrible addiction to cutting.
yes, it's terrible. But I remember the first time playing Oblivion where I would just go like, it was the first next gen game that I had played. That well, like not the first next gen, but the first one where it was like an RPG and first person and all that. I was really into into RPGs before that, obviously. So I was like, ooh, whoa. And then I just remember you go out of the prison and then you're at the lake. And I was just staring at the lake. And I remember I was so amazed that it was actually reflecting like the sky above. I was like, whoa, shit, how did they do that? Oh, fuck. And then my parents are like, shut the hell up, you watch your language.
I think at the time when Oblivion was first released, I think they did a pretty good job in capturing like the scale. I think, like, because think about how big the city was for the first time playing it, having played it.
Yeah, it was
Ignoring
young me. That was amazing.
Yeah, factoring in the size restraints and the graphical restraints that would have been in place at the time, it was a pretty fantastic and well done game. Remember how long it would take just by walking from like Anvil, or yeah, that's on the coast, right? From Anvil to the other side of the map, like Leeuwin or Leeuwin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, wait, that's not it. Whatever. There's Coral. Shadenhall.
Anvil.
Imagine
Yeah,
going from
Shadenhall.
Anvil to Shadenhall, like all across the map. You know how long that would take?
Yeah, I remember it. It actually felt like a real trek. And before,
Yeah, they have.
I think when we first started, we didn't realize that there was fast travel, right? I don't remember realizing there was fast travel. So then I actually had to walk it, so it felt like a real undertaking where it's like you first got your horse was an amazing moment. And it's just like, whoa.
I don't remember personally when I figured out fast traveling was a thing, but I know I didn't know it right off the bat.
Do you have any hopes for where the next? Oh no, wait, I have a good question. Do you prefer Fallout or Skyrim?
You asked me this a while ago, and I think at the time I said Fallout.
Yes, I believe you did. Like a future more realistic in a way. I guess science fiction,
I
science
think I'm gonna
fantasy,
have
or
to
straight
say.
fantasy.
I think I'm gonna have to. I think it has to be like historical fantasy.
Hmm.
Um, like straight fantasy is a bit too much. Like I can get down with it, but it's I don't know. It's a little too much. I personally think I want to say they're the same. Like to me, in my preference of playing them, like I love Elder Scrolls. I've come to appreciate both of them equally for what they are. It's just what I'm in the mood for playing. Am I in the mood for being in the future, trying to survive in a wasteland, uh, crafting materials and building a home base and fighting basically zombies and wastelanders and stuff like that? Or do I want to be, part of a grand society in a medieval fantasy,
And magic.
have magic, kingdom, having a world resembling our own, but like completely skewed.
Yes, with
And
magic.
it just depends. They both have their play styles and their
Yeah, they both have their. It's kind of like the mood that strikes you. I feel you.
yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about those two games. So when you ask me which one I like better, I can't really give you an answer.
It just depends on the mood. I can understand you. It is
Yeah.
understandable. It's literally understandable.
It's literally lit.
Speaking of domicilio, what was the story of why we say sassafras or sassafrasm? What was it?
Well, if I
There's the
remember correctly,
woman. There was that woman that we ran
yes,
into.
there's that woman. And let's explain a little bit of the context of why the circumstances that led up to us meeting that woman.
Yes, I believe
Now,
that would be pertinent. It what
what
was it?
were
We
do you,
used
do you
to
remember what you liked doing? Because I do.
our dads used to, both of them were good friends when we were young, which is why we've known each other since we were wee little babies.
And let's make this absolutely certain. By our dads we mean his dad and my dad.
Oh yeah, that's true. But they were gay for each other. We knew there was a love. There was an underlying love. We have to acknowledge. But they were good friends from back in the day, and that's why we were good
before
friends.
the military, even or in the military when they met.
They were in the military, I believe.
I don't remember.
They were
Or
no. They met no. They met in they were in the Navy, right? And
right.
Yeah, and then from then on, we're just kind of like living near each other because like, yo, we're good bros. And then we were like, hey, you're a kid and I'm a kid, and we'll play with blocks and Xbox. And then, anyways,
we do kid things.
And anyways, as a result of that, they ended up living in the same apartment, and we would go to visit them every once in a while. And in that apartment, we were young lads who liked playing army, pew pew pow pow. So we'd get Nerf guns and then kind of just run around when there's no one really walking around the apartment. It was like a big complex where there were like big walkways between the buildings.
There'd be the occasional person, which I always thought was weird, but there would not that part. There would be the occasional person, but aside from that, not very many people would travel between that apartment. Now that I think back to it, have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Whenever
no.
we went out on our escapades, there was almost no one out and about. Maybe the occasional person, which
Yeah,
I
that's
always
true.
found weird for being an apartment next to a college, if anything.
Oh, was it next to a college? I never even
Yeah,
realized
that
that.
was UC. That was, I don't want to say the
Oh,
college name.
UCSF? Was it in the medical
No,
center? No. No, yeah,
no.
no. Oh, okay. Well, anyways. Yeah,
No
no,
one's
I
gonna
never
come
realized
find
that.
us. It was UC Santa Clara.
Was it Santa Clara? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never realized there was a school nearby. Oh, no, you know what? I do remember seeing it across the street.
Yep, that was it. That was across
Ah,
that field and everything.
yeah. But yeah, we would run around with Nerf guns and like pretend to be in the military and like duck into the bushes when someone would walk by. And then I remember one time, didn't we even like set up sleeping bags behind some like
Oh,
bamboo at
jeez.
night? And then we just like sat in there and waited for people to come by. We would just spy on them. Good
We
times.
would. We were weirdos, but we had fun. But I think the people thought we were weirdos, but I don't think we were too weird. We were just
Hmm.
doing kid things. It's hard to do things in an apartment, okay?
Yeah, yeah, I know. What the hell else would we do? I mean,
I
what do you
know.
expect us to do? But we do that, but then people would just kind of. There were a couple stories of people being really fucking weird where when they would see us. Like most of the time they'd be like, or they just wouldn't say anything because they're socially awkward weirdos like us nowadays. But remember that one time? Oh God, remember that one time there was a dude who was like a total Santa Cruz hippie with like board shorts and a headband, and then we like rounded a corner and we had our guns. We were like, oh, we're breaching. Check the corners. And then we were like, so we were aiming them up naturally, but they're very colorful. You could tell, obviously, old Nerf guns. They wouldn't get shot by a cop or anything because
Right.
they look too realistic. But we round the corner, so they're up, and then there happens to be that weird hippie guy. So we were pointing it at him, and then he freaked out, and he's like, "Whoa, man, don't shoot me, whoa!" And then he jumped into some bushes, like full on, like he was about to be shot by a real gun, and then like rolled out of the bushes on the other side of the planter, and then ran away full speed in flip flops. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
I remember it clearly. He was like, "Whoa, man! Like, don't shoot at me, whoa!" And then he dove into the
Oh,
planter
wait.
and rolled out and fucking legged it away, like he was about to
I
be shot to death by
Okay, you know
gangbangers.
what? I do remember. I don't remember it that vaguely, but I do remember someone acting weird before our encounter with Miss Sassafrassin.
That was well. That's probably what you're remembering is
And it
this
most
instant.
definitely was probably that.
But anyways, there were weird people. Yeah, there were weird people there, so that sets the stage. But
Yeah.
then, what was the story? I'll allow you to tell the story of the woman
So
fondly known as Miss Sassafras.
again, I'm not too familiar. Like I don't 100% remember, but to the best of my ability, sometime after that incident with that crazy guy, we continued our escapades, and I believe like shortly after, we were going to the stairwell where we would like to go up and pretend we were like snipers or something.
Oh yeah, that too. I remember that.
And I think that's when she came out, and I want to say she was in her late 20s.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair assumption.
about
Early
the time
30s.
where she had passed her prime of being a horrible person in middle school, and that was the
Yeah.
prime of her life. And now she
Um,
had nothing to look forward to but the cold embrace of death.
so she comes out, and I think it went. She said something to the effect of, "Hey, you can't be running around here like that. You can't be like shooting people or like pointing your guns at people."
Yeah, that's right. She got pissed
But
off.
she said it. She got like irate for no reason, and now looking back at it, it must have been because of that guy, to the effect
Maybe he
of.
freaked out and told somebody, like, "Whoa, dude, these kids got like real
I
30
oh you
caliber
know what?
machine
I remember
guns
him now because I feel like he was doing that just to be like
to like play with us."
to fuck with us, yeah, to play with
Yeah.
us.
Except
But
he was like a 20-year-old dude and we were like 12, so we're beyond the point of like, little kitty
there's
like, hee hee, oh, that's a cute little thing that you drew, a Barney dinosaur. We're like beyond that, but he's like acting like we're toddlers. So,
right. But yeah, so she just was really upset, really irate over nothing.
Yeah, she was very irate at us because she was like, "You can't
Yeah.
go around here."
Yeah. You can't go pointing around guns and stuff. You need to stop that. It's not like we live in America where you can do whatever you want.
Second Amendment that just says that fuck you.
Yeah. So basically that's what happened. And we're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
And
then we
then
just wait for her to walk
naturally,
away.
of course, because we're dickbags, as soon as she walks away, we just unleash a barrage uh of really demeaning, funny comments at her.
Like, you are a poopy bag and you're so dumb.
In the head.
Yes, and you are the dumbest, and no one. You're a girl and you have cooties.
Yeah, so Lassasafrasum, basically, story of a bitch.
This is the story of a bitch. Cried a river and was a fucking witch.
This is the story of a girl who tried to kill a scarab and got drowned in her own blood.
Didn't we nickname
Gave us.
her?
No, we nicknamed her Lassasafrasum boobs or tits.
Yeah,
something
like Spikey
that
nipple
nature.
tits or something like that.
Yeah, Spikey. Yeah, because I remember the scenario we thought like that she did or was a part of where her like spikes would come out of her nipples and then she'd spike onto the wall and climb up the stairwell thing
like a
towards
titty
us, like in a
spider.
horror movie. Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that,
jeez.
that whole train of thought that we had.
Oh, indubitably. That was our young minds at work. That was how we dealt with her bitchiness, basically.
Yep, we were pioneers of thought.
Yes, we were the Jean-Jacques Rousseaus of our era. It's just this clickbait bullshit. There's another one that's a badly, horrifically photoshopped picture of someone snorkeling and then like a 1940s picture of a great white shark photoshopped behind him. And it's like 10 chilling photos taken just a few moments before something tragic. Okay, it's not helpful that some of these facts just sound false and there are no citations. Okay, I don't think I'll be giving it away. There's a picture of a cat-shaped telephone, right? And it says, Princeton researchers successfully turned a live cat into a functioning telephone.
Jeez.
But it's a
Wait,
picture
what?
of but it's a picture of just a cat-shaped phone. And there's no fact. There's no like click here to do the Wikipedia.
That's
So
great.
it may as well just be fucking fake. But I'm gonna take facts from this anyways. That'll cloud the game a little bit more. It'll make it harder to figure out because it may actually all be bullshit.
Yep. Everything on the internet, 80% of everything on the internet is garbage.
It's pretty much all lies. Okay, so we're going to do a little version of Two Truths, One Lie. We've chosen two different topics so that when we Google them, we don't run into
Stumble upon
the same.
each other's. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try what we said. So, pick a topic for me to do the truths and a lie on.
Okay, it's not necessarily going to be one that I know about. So,
Okay.
how about weird animal facts? Speaking of animals.
Weird facts about animals. Okay.
Okay, and then now you pick one.
Craziest and or weirdest song names.
Ooh, okay. This is gonna be fun to make up.
Because
I'm not gonna use the
don't
songs
know
I made up with my
any
old band, like "The City Bus is a Scary Place," or what was one we had? One we had was "Shitting in the Desert," I think it was called.
Oh,
It was like pooping in the
it-
sand like a cat or something like that.
I
I
think it
won't
was
use
something
those.
fornicating in the desert or something.
Oh yeah, you know I love that. Fornicating in the desert. Weirdest song. Oh no, I'll put titles. What? Well, there are quite a few interesting ones that have come up. Okay,
Okay.
I have mine. I definitely have mine.
Okay, I got mine.
Okay, shall I go first this time? Since you
Yeah, let's
had the
mix it up.
honors last
Let's
time?
mix it up.
Okay, we'll mix it up. Okay, so this is you've chosen for me or random song titles.
Yeah.
Strangest song titles for
Strangest,
me.
weirdest song titles.
Okay. Number 1. Nice weather for ducks.
What? Okay, all right. You know what? Okay, just go through
Okay.
them.
Number 2. You're the reason our kids are so ugly.
What? Talk about shots fired.
I know. Okay. And number 3, last but not least, Beelzebub molested my dog. Okay. So to reiterate, number 1, nice weather for ducks.
Oh, this is gonna be hard.
Number 2, you're the reason our kids are so ugly. And 3, Beelzebub molested my dog. Okay, so any thoughts before you make your choice?
Okay. Well, first, my first thought was that last one. It has a great title.
Oh yes,
That's
I'd love
instant
to hear
best
this
seller.
song.
I would too. I would love to know how the devil molested his dog in
Well,
audio form.
Did the dog enjoy it? I mean, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of details I want to know.
There's a lot of just what going on with that one. Okay, so first song. They're all possible. The sad thing is they're all possible because clearly
Fortunately.
2 of them are actually true.
Sadly.
Oh God. That's it. Like that's all I can think about. How they're all so equally similar, or equally plausible. I'm gonna go ahead and just say
Just pick one.
the
I think
second
that's
one.
what you get to. You can say you're the reason our kids are so ugly is the false one.
Yes.
False.
Oh,
That
it's
is
the ducks.
that is actually no, not even the ducks.
It's the molester one.
I
Oh.
made up the molested one, yes. So the title I made up was Beelzebub molested my dog.
No joke. I thought that was like something that a metal band or like some hard rock alternative like
Beelzebub molested my dog.
that
Touched
type
him in
of
the
band.
left nut.
Squealed.
Show us the
Squealed.
kill switch.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just squeal. I like it.
Wow,
Speaking of which,
okay.
I'm gonna make that song. I'll get another
We should,
metal band together and I'll make.
Band, yes.
I'm
I'll
gonna
play the
keep that
triangle.
title. Yes, ding, 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 ding. Okay, so
Look up
to-
that right now.
I'm gonna
Copyrighted.
keep that.
I did not conceal it.
I do not consent. That was what
Yeah.
the dog said. Okay, so to give some information, there is actually a little bit of info on the second one. You're
Okay.
the reason our kids so ugly. Our kids are so
Wow.
ugly. Country
That one
music
just-
singer and songwriter Loretta Lynn married at 15 and became pregnant. Oh shit. Her marriage was tumultuous. Oh, that's a big word for a shitty website. He had affairs and she was headstrong. Their life together inspired her music, and You're the Reason Our Kids Are So Ugly is just one of her many masterpieces. At 81 years old, she is still active. Wow, damn.
Wow.
81 years
That
old,
one's-
still making shitty songs.
Wow. I did not.
And
Ooh,
it,
okay.
it may have been even better if you had me make up the names of the performers, because I was a little bit inspired by the. There's no information on the first one, but there is
Cartoon-
an
Cartoon.
artist.
The 3 artists right now. Go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, it was too late though. We already know what to say.
say.
Next time though. Next
Okay,
time,
what are the artist names?
because the Loretta Lynn, that sounds like a good potential.
Loretta Lynn, right?
It sounds
Reason why
real.
we are
Yeah,
ugly.
that's
No.
a name someone could have. The
Right.
band for the first one though, Nice Weather for Ducks, and the
Okay.
band is Lemon Jelly.
So that sounds like a big time drug using band.
It probably was. They probably all OD'd. They probably very shortly their hearts stopped after they recorded that song.
That's
They just
definitely an
fucking
LSD
PCP.
vibe that I'm getting from that song and band title.
Yes, it was just yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, I wish I could make up them. But then I figured like I don't know, Loretta Lynn may have stood out because that one sounds the most normal. And then the other two would be if I made one up for Beelzebub molested my dog, it'd probably be like
Stan Stewart. It should be no. The band is called Tight Pucker.
oh God.
If anyone wants that band name, contact me.
Yeah, so it's up for we'll uncopyright it just for you if you pay us.
Yes, if you pay us. Until then, it's copyrighted, just like the song.
It sounded like you had some good ones for me. And what was your topic?
Interesting and/or crazy facts about animals.
Ooh, okay. I think mentally I'm ready.
Okay, here's the first one. In Alaska, it is illegal to whisper into a hunter's ears while hunting moose.
What? You know,
So
there's a reason for these laws, right? So it's like, what inspired that? Was it just like the guy's like taking aim at the moose and he's like, Beelzebub molested my dog. And they're like, oh shit! He just misses the shot. And he
I don't
gets
know
so
who came up
pissed.
with this law, but that's the law. In Alaska, it is illegal to whisper into someone's ears while they're hunting mooses. Moosei?
Meese?
Meese. No, it's not really meese, is it?
I don't know. I think, isn't it just moose? It's like
I
fish.
think,
It's just moose.
yeah, moose.
It's like
Yeah,
those
but there's a
artists
bunch
who
of
have
moose over there.
a one word name.
Yeah, there's a herd of moose. There's a bunch of moose coming to our
Yes.
way. There's a bunch of moose.
It's a bunch of mooses.
There's a bunch of mooses, eh? All right,
Oh.
okay, stop. We
Okay.
can't be racist. Okay,
No races allowed.
second
Except to the Chinese. They
second
deserve it.
factoid. Oysters can change gender depending on what is best for mating.
Oh, okay. That sounds reasonable. I think there are a couple animals that could do that, right? Okay.
Third factoid. No one has ever seen a humpback whale mating directly.
Yeah, I don't know if that one's true actually. That could be oh, that could be true. I don't know. I mean, it's like we assume that it's PP in the VV
GG,
like
yes.
every other animal, but do we know? I mean, water is like low gravity, so doesn't that bring certain complications? They have to like make their own
What?
Karma Sutra.
Yeah, good. The
It would just be it would be
ocean.
weird for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it'd be
So those
salty.
are the three facts.
I feel like the
Those are
salt
three.
would hurt certain orifices on both genders.
My
So
three interesting animal facts. Which one?
okay.
Good sir.
Uh,
What's wrong?
um,
Your
the
thoughts.
the first one sounds ridiculous, but is believable because I can imagine it's like some guy's aiming at the shot, and then someone whispers like, I don't know, something ridiculous like "dick sponge," and then the guy's like, "Oh," and misses the shot, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna fucking pass it into law. You're not my friend anymore." It's like, okay,
Yeah.
that's possible. Second one, that also sounds reasonable. This is tough because they all sound. They're all like I think about it, and it's like, you know what? Is that true? I mean, this is messing with my mind. My perception of reality is being challenged, sir. I
What
didn't
is
expect this.
what actually happens in the world around us? You're right. This is a little bit of a thinker,
Is life real?
or is it
Is
just
this
simply a
the
product of our
real
imagination?
life? Yes.
And by
Exactly.
definition, our imagination is not entirely.
We make shitty facts up, therefore we are, as Pluto said. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to just have to take a shotgun blast and go with number 2 is false because I don't know if clams could do that. I know other animals can, but clams,
Oysters.
I'm not sure. Oysters. Oysters. Okay, I'm going to say that's false.
Number 2 is false. You're saying.
Oh, no, okay. Yes. You're fooling me. You have to.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're asking me if you confirm or. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
That is my final
Number
answer.
2 is indeed true.
Oh. Then number 3. Number 3, it has to be.
Yep.
It is. Oh, okay.
In Alaska, it is indeed illegal to whisper in the ear of someone hunting moose. Oysters can indeed change gender depending on what's best for mating. And there is several documented instances of people being able to see humpback whales mating.
Oh, dear.
Or at least one or two. Especially
One guy was just on a boat and he's like, oh, they're fucking. Okay.
Oh, they're fucking whales. And they're mating.
That was a good one, though, because it's like, I mean, we assume they mate because there are more of them and they're the little babies, but
there were so many, like, interesting facts. Okay, tell me if this one you would have thought was false. Mice start to eat their own tails if they're starving.
What? I don't... What?
That's true.
That's true. Okay.
That's a fact. But if someone told me that, I would have thought they were bullshitting. I'm like, there's no way an animal would start to eat itself in order to survive, because eating itself would, in definition, be killing itself, right?
Yeah, and
so
it's like they're not like smart enough to realize, hey, this will hurt, but at least I'll survive until someone gives me some bananas or something.
And then I think,
okay,
yeah, tails on mice don't grow back. They're not iguanid lizards. They're not lizards.
Oh yeah, that's true. So they'd be losing it forever. Yeah, I guess they're just dumb.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Stupid me.
Well, that was good.
That was good. We'll have to do that again.
That is fun. I like that. We'll definitely have to do that. So far out of that round, that Blitzkrieg round, only I scored 1 win.
I think so, right? Yeah, because it was on the first guess. That's how we'll place the points. Okay, so the tally is 1 point to you, sir.
1 point to me.
I concede.
This first round of wit has been won by yours truly.
Oh,
I look forward to our next intelligent sparring of mental capacity.
Oh, I do, and I do. I concede that you are the smarter one, and here's the studio audience.
It's not funny.
Oh, that was supposed to be clapping. Well, our budget is... We didn't have the budget to afford clapping.
We didn't have the budget to tell them when to clap or to laugh.
So they just laugh.
Yeah, we didn't have the sign. We couldn't afford the sign that said, please clap.
We just went in and we're like, oh yeah, studio audience, please. It's like, okay, yeah, you got them for like 10 seconds. So, oh, can we get clapping? Yeah, that's extra $5. Ooh. Okay, well, just whatever they do.
Yeah, so then what? Oh, well, you'll just have to find out what they do. Oh, okay.
The green light comes on and they do what they do. That's what you get.
It's just a green light that says do something.
Yeah. And then they're always like,
yeah,
they're literally trapped in there.
Yeah,
they're laughing because they've gone hysterical from being trapped in there and forced to laugh when people pay $4.99.
Let's make a movie about that. It's horrifying.
They should. I mean, it's like they laugh like, please.
It's just on BBC News, a warehouse full of 500 studio audience members has been discovered, and the remains of all 500 people have been found.
They ate their own tails to survive.
Yeah, which is ironic because humans don't have tails.
They just toss them. What are those stupid crackers? The
Ritz?
The stupid crackers? No, the what are those ones that you used to eat in middle school? Everybody used to eat them in middle school. It's like 2 saltine crackers with peanut butter in between them. The shitty elf cookies.
Yeah. Toblerone.
Yeah, Toblerone. So I think it's Shitty Elf Cookies Incorporated.
Yeah. Something.
We ate cookies and I suck ass. Now we're shitty cookies.
Tree Elf, right?
Yes, the tree
Yeah,
elves.
I know what you're. I forget the company. It's like some
Oh,
Swedish.
Keebler. Isn't it called Keebler?
Keebler. The
I have
Keebler
no idea
elves.
how I remembered that. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yes.
Probably, I mean, it's probably programmed into those little cookies when you eat like more than two of them. It programs into your DNA the name of their company. You know, in fact, I feel kind of hungry for their cookies right now.
We enjoyed having you on this special episode of Sasscast. This has been Michael.
This has been Cody, I think.
I think so, if our memories serve us correctly.
It doesn't. Okay, well, join us next time. Thank you for joining us on the Sasscast, and peace and love, everyone.
Stay beautiful, Sassocrats. Out.
Mwah. Hello, everybody. This is Cody. Just want to say, if you made it to the end, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more ridiculousness. And thank you for watching. Not you though, Mom. Please stop watching our videos. We say the curses in these, and I don't want you to hear us say the curses. Just go make some lasagna, please. I'm hungry. Okay.